Good evening. To our honorees, the supportive and encouraging families, our arts industry colleagues, and esteemed state officials, it is an honor to celebrate these 40 incredible young creatives with you tonight. Before we get too deep into this evening's festivities, there are many, many people to thank who contributed exponentially to the success of this event. From the Division of the Arts, Jessica Ball and Andy Truscott, who are incredible, and I could not function without them and their partnership. So thank you to Jessica and Andy. From the Delaware Arts Alliance, Neil Kirschling and Jordan Resch. Similarly, without their partnership, we just simply could not do this event. And because of them, we were able to cater that fantastic reception. So thank you. To the members of the Department of Education, in particular, Curriculum Instruction and Professional Learning under the leadership of Alyssa Moore, and my amazing colleagues who came to help me blow up balloons and then fix them all because it wasn't right. Carrie Knight, Maria Rodriguez, and Courtney Teague for being here and being so incredibly supportive. To Brian Hill and the entire team at the Smyrna Opera House for hosting us this evening and being such incredible and gracious hosts. Similarly, for the fabulous food, the culinary program from Dover High School and their wonderful chefs who prepared all of that great food for you tonight. To our incredible Delaware Secretary of Education and Secretary of State, both of whom are here this evening, both of whom you will hear from tonight, and both of whom who have been fierce supporters of the arts. So thank you both for being here. To Representative Gorman for also your fierce support of the arts and for your willingness to join us and speak tonight. Yes. To families, friends, relatives, caregivers, thank you for supporting your students and their creative dreams. Thank you for joining them to celebrate tonight and for the endless Ubers, performances, art shows, productions you've attended over the past 12 or more years. And finally, to your teachers, who likely are one of the big reasons that you are here tonight. If you are an arts educator in Delaware, would you please stand? It's amazing to have so many teachers here celebrating your success, coming just to see you and this accomplishment that you are making tonight and for your future. It's also pretty cool because several of you are here on double duty. Some of you are here as music, art, theater, media art, dance educators supporting your students, and some of you are here as parents celebrating your students who are graduating and going on to follow in your incredibly fabulous footsteps. So thank you all for what you do for the students in Delaware schools every single day. We appreciate you, and you do so much for these students, and I'm sure that we're going to hear a little bit more about that from them tonight. At this time, I would like to introduce our esteemed director from the Delaware Division of the Arts, Jessica Ball, to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Conrad. Welcome, everyone, and welcome, students. I really want to applaud all of you for your pursuit of studying the arts while you've been in school. When I was your age, I also studied the arts. I went on to study architecture and design in school, and now I'm in arts administration. So I've followed my passions and my artistic path, and I'm so glad that you all are inspired to do the same. So congratulations, and a round of applause for you all. I have the honor of introducing my boss, Secretary of State Charuni Patibanda Sanchez. When the secretary was your age, she was taking Indian classical dance classes and also very immersed in the arts as you are now. I'm very grateful to her. She has over 20 divisions that she oversees, and I like to think that the arts are her favorite division. Since coming to the Department of State a little over a year ago, she has gone to numerous arts programs, including this program last year, and is just incredibly supportive of everyone, all of you students pursuing the arts. So I would like to introduce our Secretary of State to come up and give a few words.
Thank you, Jessica. Show of hands, who knew Delaware had a Secretary of State? Oh, okay. I like that. All right, very good. Good evening, everyone. My name is Charuni Patibanda Sanchez, and I do serve as Secretary of State. Thank you, Jessica, for the lovely introduction. And let's give it up one more time for Jessica Ball. Just an incredible force of nature for the arts. She does not let one meeting go by when she is not lobbying me hard on arts funding and arts participation. But to the students, the main act today, to the students, as Jessica mentioned, I was able to, in an extracurricular manner, follow my dream of Indian classical dance. But I was not able to take it further than high school, to be very honest. And that was largely because I really was not brave enough. What you're doing takes courage, because it takes courage to actually be who you are in this society. And the more you do that, the better our society becomes. So please never stop being who you are. And congratulations to all of you for pursuing your dreams. So you're already courageous, you're already brave, and you're doing all of that while also being a student. You're being a friend, a family member, and navigating this incredibly beautiful but complex world and trying to grow up in it. I'm not even going to mention AI right now. I want to say something about that choice, the choice to pursue the arts, because as I mentioned, I know this was not an easy one for you all to make. And there will be people in your life, people who love you, who want the best for you. And for those of you who had parents that support you to drive you, order the Ubers, don't ever let them forget how grateful you are. Because without their support, you would not be able to be here today. To the parents. So just so you know, this is a educational program. The Department of State oversees 22 different divisions, one of which is the Division of Arts. And Jessica and her team do an amazing job programming statewide. They also do something that is really kind of revolutionary and beneficial to our state. They do community outreach. They go deep into the community. So you all, your parents, your neighbors, your teachers, and they try to understand what arts means to Delawareans so that they can bring them consistently good quality programming that serves people's needs. And so they cater to everyone from veterans to the aging to children and to recent graduates. And so that is just truly amazing how they focus their talents on trying to make someone's life just a little bit better. So it's really an honor and a privilege to be able to lead that this department. I also oversee the Department of Historical and Cultural Affairs. So if you're into architecture or preserving history, that's also something that the Department of State plays a very pivotal role in our state government. And we also oversee the public archives. A lot of folks are talking about Delaware 250. This is the 250th year of America's independence. And we have an amazing exhibit at the public archives that I encourage you to visit. It tells untold stories that have typically are not told in kind of mainstream media. So all of these things together, and we also oversee the Division of Libraries. So all of these things are connected under the Department of State. I really encourage you all to pursue your dreams, pursue your craft, pursue your art, and then think about public service. It is such a fulfilling way to give back to the community that helped you get to where you are today. Thank you all, and congratulations again.
Thank you again, Secretary, for being here and for sharing those wonderful words with all of us this evening. It's hard to follow in the footsteps of such an incredible introduction, but I'm going to do my best. I have the privilege tonight to introduce my boss, and I will do so without crying. Some of you know me, and I do that a lot, and for which I apologize. But I'm an artist. It's what we do. I actually have two bosses here this evening. Alyssa Moore is my director, and I am ever so grateful for her and her leadership. But the Secretary of Education, Cindy Marten, is here tonight. And Cindy, from the second she arrived in Delaware, I had the opportunity to introduce myself and tell her that I got to oversee the arts for education in Delaware. And the first thing out of her mouth was, "The arts are my people." And I was like, "Oh, what? That's so exciting." And so from that point on, we have had opportunities to collaborate, and it truly has been such a gift to see someone in such a prestigious and incredible position who oversees countless educational programs with lots of priorities to still say that the arts matter. And that, to someone who has spent 21 years convincing people that the arts matter, meant a lot. And so from the first time that we got to be in an all staff and she shared her love of photography and taking a picture a day and sharing some of those with us, we all know how vulnerable our art is, and to share that with new people is really scary. And so that sort of led me to believe that this was real and this was exciting. And I was really, really grateful that Delaware had someone who loved the arts. And so I am honored that both last year for our first Futures in the Arts celebration and this year, the Secretary has been willing and able, because I'm not sure you know this, but like secretaries have a lot to do. Like, everywhere. There are meetings all the time, every night, and everybody wants you to speak. And so it is an honor to have both of you here tonight. And so without further ado, I introduce the incredible Cindy Marten, Secretary of Education.
She did it without crying. No problem. It's true. You are my people. Let's say thank you to Lauren, please. I love being in this space for so many reasons. It's my second time. I'm on my year 2, so I get to do things like this a second time. But to be able to be here at Smyrna Opera House and take a moment to breathe in what has happened in the year since we did this last year. A lot has changed. When we get to celebrate together and we get to mark this time and we get to see what happens with our students next. I was here last year for the very first one. and I could see something big was building. And I thought about it all year. And it became a marker in time for me to see how this continues to build and continues to gain energy, because arts matters for our students. Arts education matters. Tonight's about our students. And we can say that all day long as educators. This is about the kids. It truly is about our students. It's about their creativity. It's about their courage. It's about their ideas, their passion, their will to succeed and to want to make a difference, their willingness to take something personal and put it out in the world in a skilled and artful way with deep wisdom and passion. It's putting something in the world that says, this is who I am. This is what I see. This is what I want others to feel. This is what artists do. And that takes talent and skill, but it takes discipline and it takes a lot of persistence. And you have to be really confident in your craft. So I want to say something directly to the students. So are you guys all right here? Is this where my students are? Okay, good. Directly to you. I've been an educator for decades, nearing 40 years. I've been a teacher. I've been a principal at an elementary level. I've been a superintendent of a large school system. And now I'm your Secretary of Education. And in all of that time, across thousands of classrooms, I've learned one thing that every employer already knows. Our students' future, your future, and the employers know this, is never defined by a single test score. Tests matter, don't get me wrong. Assessments do matter. We use them because it does tell us something important, but ask any employer, any of them, and they're going to tell you they don't hire a test score. They hire a person. They hire someone who can think, someone who can create, someone who can reason, somebody who can think critically and communicate their thoughts with conviction, someone who can collaborate and solve problems that they've never seen before. And you can't wrap all that up into one single test score, as much as they matter. That's exactly what you do every single day. You think and you reason and you collaborate and you're creative and you critically think and problem solve and you stand with conviction for what you believe in. So to you tonight, just thank you for showing what it means to share your work, to put your voice out there, to share your creativity with all of us. And to all of our educators, you already stood up and we thanked you, and families, and we thanked you, school leaders, community members, everyone who's supporting our students every day. You're part of this whole tapestry. So I thank you for that too, because none of this happens alone. What we know is that behind every performance, every exhibit, every step forward, every composition, every production that our students put out into the world, there are adults who are doing some big work behind the scenes. There are adults who are encouraging, they're guiding, they're challenging when they need to be challenged, but they're believing in our students and in their craft. So for parents and families in the room, I want to just say a couple things. I know you've probably had like the kitchen table talk, the loving conversation, the one that goes, are you sure you want to do this? Is this what you want to do? You want to go into this? What are you going to do with this? I know you have those conversations. I get it. I really get it. But here's what you need to know. The arts are not separate from success. They help define it. Delaware students are preparing for futures in graphic design, in digital media, in architecture, in theater, in music, production, and film, and animation. They're going to become arts educators. They're being prepared for marketing, communications, and so many other growing industries that we can't even name yet. Industries that depend on, rely heavily on innovation and creativity. There are real jobs and real work in this industry, and creativity and innovation matters more than anything. There are real careers, growing careers that require exactly what your child has been building all along. Because here's what artists actually do. Through arts and a robust arts education, students study technique, they study history, they have to do analysis, they have to do design and performance and production. They're great communicators in multiple venues. They're able to problem solve from multiple perspectives. They have to revise constantly. First draft doesn't work, revise, do it again, put it out there. And they practice again and again and again. And they practice their craft. They do it constantly. And they learn how to take feedback to improve their work. Employers love that. The workplace needs that. Society needs that. That is actually serious learning at its best. Artists are the ones that learn how to keep going when it gets hard. If it doesn't work the first time, they don't give up. They keep going and they find another way. They learn how to turn their ideas into something real, something tangible, something that moves people. That matters in every career across all of our communities. That is a beautiful and unique skill set. Right now, the world needs creative thinkers more than they've ever needed them before. Not someday, right now, we need this. Delaware needs young people who know how to solve problems, who can work collaboratively, who can communicate their ideas with clarity and conviction. They can imagine something better than what already exists. This is what artists do, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful when we see our students do that. Our students can be not only performers and the traditional things you think of in the arts, musicians and dancers and actors and writers and filmmakers and visual artists. They are future leaders for our communities and our society because they're storytellers that use problem solving to bring people in to some tough issues. And I know Delaware is going to be stronger because of your craft and because of what you do. It makes a difference. At the Delaware Department of Education, we have a strategic plan. It's the first in over a decade where we are clear on what we want to accomplish with our students across the state. And our plan specifically says we start with students and we build for impact. That's because we want to make sure that every student has access to meaningful learning experiences that set their souls on fire, that unlock the unique gifts, talents, and abilities and genius that lies within each learner. When we know that our students are seen and heard and challenged and supported, that's when we move as a state. That's when we get the kinds of outcomes our students and our state deserves. And the arts helps us bring this build for impact, start with students. It brings it to life. That's why for me, I wouldn't miss this for anything. I don't care how long my day is. Alex knows how long my day is. Doesn't matter. I wouldn't miss this for anything. It's not just a celebration what tonight is. It's a statement about what we believe education is for, and it's who we are. And Delaware as a state, we're backing this deep-seated belief. We're backing it with action. SB 260, co-sponsored by Rep. Gorman. That's action. You can clap for that. You know what SB 260 is. Civics. Yes, you got it. Delaware Certificate of Arts Excellence just passed both chambers of this legislature with overwhelming bipartisan support. Real action, real movement, real commitment. Because now starting in the 2027 and 2028 school year, Delaware will be able to formally recognize high school students who demonstrate sustained engagement and achievement in the arts. This is a distinction on your diploma. It's a credential that says this student is committed, this student excelled, this student's artistry matters and has value and worth in our state. I remember one advocate put it during testimony, this certificate elevates the arts and shows that creativity is a serious part of our communal life. That's exactly right. And I am proud that Delaware is leading on this. Representative Gorman, thank you for being here. We'll hear from you next. You show what elected office leadership looks like when you stand for kids and things that matter. She'll say more about SB 260 in a few minutes. I just wanted you to know this. This legislation exists because of people in this room. It was students, it was educators, it was advocates, it was families, made the case, and the legislature listened. Because education, we know, is more than just preparing students for tests and grades. Don't get me wrong, I know those matter, but it's so much more than that. It's about preparing our students for life. And life requires imagination, it requires communication, it requires resilience, and people who are willing to think differently about what's currently in front of them and try something that's never been tried, create something that's never been created, innovate in ways that we've not seen before, create something new. And we get to see those qualities all over this room tonight, everywhere. We see students who took an idea and then they transformed it into something super powerful. We can see what our educators have done to create the conditions so that our students can then grow. And we see communities that are investing in the potential of our young people. That's why the work matters now more than ever. There's so much noise that's telling our young people what success should look like. Here's what you should do. This is what you should be. This is how you should grow up. Somebody trying to tell you which paths matter most. Tonight sends a different message. Creativity matters, expression matters, and there is real success inside of that. Your artistry matters, and you, our students, you matter. So be proud of your work. Be proud to call yourself an artist. Keep on creating. Keep on questioning. Keep imagining. And keep sharing your voice loud and proud everywhere you go. Don't let anybody diminish your path. There are going to be people who don't understand. That's okay. They don't need to. There's going to be moments where you're going to doubt yourself. That's okay. That's part of it. Keep going, because I'm here to tell you. And so as Secretary of State, she told you too, we need you. Delaware needs you. And I just want to thank you for letting me celebrate you and your craft and everything that you do and everything you represent this evening. It's an honor to be with you. Thank you.
on the Hudson River line. I'm in a New York state of mind.
But seeing you gives me true delight. Just for once, I've done something right. The egg is all yours. No, don't thank me, I'll cry. Good luck when it hatches. Good luck and goodbye.
Evermore I'll be. Oh, I just wanna believe. Oh, I know it's too late for me to change your mind. I'll let go, let you decide. Oh, I just wanna believe. Oh, I just wanna believe.
Yes, indifferent indeed. Oh, Jane, take care.
Rosie, Lizzie, you cannot think me so weak as to be in danger now.
The only danger you're in is making Mr. Bigley even more in love with you than already.
Pardon the interruption so soon after leaving.
You're quite pardoned, I'm sure.
Must have an audience of Miss Jane Bennett alone.
Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret. But here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like Apollo and Romeo and Juliet, love is always love in the end.
But Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy, Marten.
Oh, I never read reviews. Love can start a quarrel, love can cause a din. Thinking about you are moments when I'm going crazy, but it's gonna be alright. The sun is changing every day. Everything will be so different when I'm on the stage tonight.
Well, that's pretty incredible. Could we have another round of applause for those incredible students? At this time, I invite to the podium my amazing colleague from the Delaware Arts Alliance, Neil Kirschling.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Neil Kirschling, Executive Director of the Delaware Arts Alliance. We are a nonprofit organization that serves as the unifying voice for the arts in Delaware, your advocates for the arts. It's exciting to see so many students and teachers and artists who've actually participated in public policy making processes with us recently, including some high school students here who came and testified in front of budget committees this year, talking about the importance of the arts. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing one of those members of the legislature, Representative Mara Gorman, who represents the 23rd Representative District. She is an active member of the state's Arts and Culture Caucus, which is a bipartisan, bicameral group of legislators who are organized around a common interest in the arts and helping implement recommendations from the CREATE Plan, which is a roadmap for sustaining Delaware's creative sector and creative economy that the Delaware Arts Alliance helped introduce with many of you over 2 years ago. And in fact, we want you all to come back to Delaware so much that our elected officials and our appointed officials are working hard as we speak in Dover on things like increasing investments in public art, improving arts education policies like the one you heard referenced from Secretary Marten, introducing legislation that will require Delaware to start studying the possibility of creative and cultural districts. They are thinking about film incentives to attract the next major motion picture and television industry to Delaware, and probably things I'm forgetting that my colleagues can talk about. But we are really at a crest, I think, in the wave here of recognizing the talent we have here in Delaware and putting in place the intentional policy and investment to support all of you coming back, hopefully finding jobs here in Delaware and continuing to contribute to our society. So with that, enough from me, and please welcome to the stage Representative Mara Gorman.
Thank you. Well, you should not envy me having to follow all that incredible art and performance and Secretary Marten, so I will do the best that I can. Thank you very much for having me here this evening. As was said earlier, I am Mara Gorman. I represent the Newark and Pike Creek area in the state legislature, in the state house. And I actually stand here before you as someone who's been kind of in the position, I think, of just about everybody in this room. I am the daughter of a painter and a chef. I am a writer. And I am the mother of a musician and a child who is studying studio art and does a lot of multimedia sculpture and also art bookmaking. So I've been on all sides of the coin. I've done I've watched my parents, I've done the work myself, and I've driven my kids to lessons for years and years and years and supported them. So Secretary Marten was talking about how you are her people. I feel very much the same way. I feel very at home in this room and very proud of each and every one of you for what it is that you're pursuing and what you're setting forward to do. And I will say, as an elected official, I'm invited to many events over the course of the year. And this one, I was here last year as well. This is my absolute favorite. It is really, really inspiring to be here, to see you, to see your families, and to know what it is that you're going to be doing to shape the future. And of course, this celebration is titled Futures in the Arts. So when I wrote my comments, I wanted to be forward-facing, as I'm sure you all are, ready to springboard into the next thing, whatever that means. But I hope you'll indulge me in a moment of reflection before we do that. The arts have inherent value, but they also teach us skills that can be applied in so many real-world situations. A painter can envision a bold new logo. A musician has the discipline from years of practice to finish projects ahead of time. Theater kids know how to present sales figures or arguments so the back of the room can hear. Creative writers can draft proposals that persuade. Culinary artists understand how to multitask and make creative decisions under pressure and are great at working on teams. In an era when AI is making job prospects even more uncertain in so many fields, you all have gifts that I believe will ultimately triumph over any bot. People are already rejecting art that is AI generated, and the vast quantities of it that are created will only devalue it further. Ultimately, the ability to perform and create and think critically are going to become highly valued, maybe even more so than before AI came along. I also believe deeply that creativity is a path whose end we cannot see. When I started my career with an MFA in creative nonfiction, I could not have known that I would help develop, design, and create content for what was at the time the largest children's health website on the internet. This was the very early days of the internet. To see the website, you have to go on the Wayback Machine, but it was in the Pleistocene era, but I actually did do it. I didn't know that I would travel the world with my children and write about it on something called a blog. I didn't know that it would lead me to write a novel about a Mayflower pilgrim who gave birth on the ship, or that I would pause revision work on that book to become an advocate and run for office. But writing and creativity have always sparked the most necessary thing for me to have a successful and satisfying life: curiosity. Because of my art, I have never stopped looking at the world with eyes of wonder and a heart that asks, why and what if? Elizabeth Gilbert, in her book Big Magic, says that the central question on which all creative living hangs is this: do you have the courage to bring forth the treasures that are hidden within you? All of you have demonstrated with the work you've done so far that you have a willingness to bring forth your treasure. But you will need to continue to answer this question as you look to a career possibly in the arts. Not the question of whether you have enough talent, whatever that means. It's whether you are brave and willing to let yourself continue exploring your talents and to follow the path to that treasure. It's whether you are willing to let the world see what you find. I can't say that I know what lies ahead for each one of you, but I feel certain that you each hold the most essential elements that you need to live a successful life: a questioning eye and an open heart. I believe that these are gifts that can lead not just to success in economic terms, but true happiness and satisfaction, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe that's a full-time artistic career, and maybe it isn't. But the choice doesn't have to be either or. Remember, artists are all around you. The chemist who works at Gore and directs local community theater. The second-grade teacher who hangs their paintings on the walls of the New York Arts Alliance and sells them all. Artists are all around you. Whatever the future holds, I hope you create unapologetically and refuse to let anyone ever devalue your creative work. Because at the end of the day, you are engaged in capturing and sharing that which is most beautiful and essential to our shared experience on this planet. Without you, the world would be less fulfilling, less colorful, less harmonious, and less delicious. I'm so glad you are here, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Thank you very much.
She leaned out into the
still the one. You're my better half. We're still having fun. And you're still. She's gone. I can't go on without her.
Oh boy, she would have wanted you to live.
She's...
How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. Beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust?
One more round of applause for those exceptional students. At this time, we are going to present each of you with a token of our appreciation for all of the hard work that you have accomplished over your course of time in school. You are going to receive a cord that, if you're permitted, you may wear at graduation. And you are also going to receive 2 certificates, one on behalf of the Division of the Arts, the Delaware Arts Alliance, and the Department of Education, and the other from our state senate. And you will also, as you saw, got a little bit of swag on your seats to share from the Division of the Arts. Thank you, Mr. Truscott, for bringing those down for each and every student. So at this, yes. At this time, I'm going to invite the first row on this side, if you would stand and enter carefully, please, up the steps and onto the stage. Each of the students was asked to share to me not only where they were going to school and what their majors were, but also if they were receiving any scholarships and any messages that they might like to share either with their family or with their teachers. So I am going to share a couple of those words now, and some students have elected that they would like to share those words on their own. So we will be trading off. But our first student this evening is Aaron Hunt. Aaron is a student at Odessa High School going to the University of Delaware, majoring in middle school and elementary education and minoring in fine arts. Aaron says, throughout my high school experience, I have always been very passionate about art and telling my story through it, and it could not have been done without the educators who have guided me through these 4 years. They have helped me to develop not only my art skills, but also my creative thinking skills. My senior year art portfolio has been all about growing up and changing, but saying that my teachers have changed me would be an understatement. I am so grateful for all of the support I've received throughout my 4 years of art. Aaron's all, yep. Anissa Stewart attends MOT charter, going to Columbia College, Chicago, and received the following scholarships: Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Inc., Miss Royal Blue Review of 2024. I apologize if I mispronounce anything. Let's just make that caveat now. Ronise Barnett Smith, the MD Presidential Scholarship, School of the Art Institution of Chicago Merit Scholarship, and will be a marketing major with a minor in illustration. Anissa, would you come to the microphone, please?
Okay, here I go. I'm the one to go first. Hi, Vanessa. As mentioned before, I started drawing in kindergarten, roughly. Throughout most of elementary school, I kind of felt like art was kind of something that was a hobby and could be nothing more than just that. And that didn't really change in middle school, besides the fact that I could be a graphic designer, and I was told I would not make that much money. But when I went to MOT and I saw like a lot of the kids, especially the ones here today, who showed their passion in like all the form of the arts, it really made me feel like I could do more than just be a graphic designer and make money. So I just want to thank those students who are here with me today and the ones at school, because they do good as well. And I wanted to personally thank Mr. Shack for seeing that I had something in the arts and that I could be more than a graphic designer and make more money.
Bradley Santiago is from MOT Charter School, going to the Savannah College of Art and Design on a $96,000 scholarship. and is planning to major in animation, and says the teachers at my school essentially built up my future going into the arts. I had no goals for my future going into high school, but the teachers showed me how amazing the arts were and inspired me to try and take up an arts-based career. Learning with them has taught me persistence and problem solving, as well as to always be myself in every situation. Bridget Snyder is a student at Mount Pleasant High School, attending next year Emerson College, and received the Emerson Trustees Scholarship. Will be majoring in theater education and performance. And I will ask Bridget to come to the microphone.
Hello. I wrote up a little something about what my involvement in the arts has meant to me. My involvement in the arts has shaped so much of who I am today. It gave me a place where I felt confident, supported, and truly myself, while also pushing me to grow in ways I never expected. Through every rehearsal and performance, I learned discipline, resilience, and how to connect with others in a meaningful way. The arts didn't just become something I do, it became a part of who I am, and I will carry that with me into everything I do next.
Cole Mosley is a student at Newark Charter High School and will be attending the University of Delaware on the George Whitmire Jr. Memorial Scholarship and will be studying music education general choral. And I will invite Cole to the microphone.
That's fine. I would first like to apologize to my choir director, who was recently the victim of a choir kid in sports. Now that I got that out of the way. I would just like to thank all of the amazing arts educators and specifically music educators that I've had who have been not only great role models for me in music and who I want to be as a musician and as an artist, but also as people. I grew up around two educators at home, two educators at my other home, and a bunch of educators in school. And especially with music, there's just such a human connection. And I wouldn't be as happy as I am without their involvement and the arts. Thank you.
Colin Barrett is a student at MOT Charter School and is headed to St. John's University to major in computer science with a focus on media arts. Mr. Shackelford and Mrs. Price took me on a lot of trips to art museums, galleries, and worked with us on school showcases. This provided me a lot of opportunities to prepare my artwork for an audience and motivate me to create artwork that will inspire others. The skills I have gained through their classes include perseverance, diving into new territory, and using art methods that I wouldn't otherwise have had the opportunity to use. Thank you. Devin Watts is a student at Odessa High School and will be attending Delaware Technical Community College studying architectural design technology. Devin says, my educators have played a very important role in helping me better understand myself as a student and who I want to be in my future. Through their guidance and feedback, I've taken more risks and considered different perspectives and ideas. My art education has given me the opportunity to grow and help me gain self-confidence in everything I do. Ella Morgan Jacobs is a student at Cab Calloway School of the Arts and will be attending Point Park University at some point, deferred to pursue professional opportunities on cruise ships and in New York City. However, received a $35,000 Artistic Merit Scholarship and will potentially pursue a BFA in dance. Ella?
Hello. So the arts has always meant so much to me. I've been dancing since before I can remember. Apparently, I've been told that ever since music started playing when I was in my mother's stomach, I would start dancing. And that hasn't really stopped. I am so fortunate that I've been able to go to schools over the years that have had arts programs. In elementary school, I was fortunate enough to have a dance class, which was always the best part of my day. And then middle school, I didn't have dance, but I did have music and voice classes. And then in high school, I started off being a theater major, and I met, honestly, some of my best friends ever in there, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. And then when I transferred schools, because of dance, I went to Cab Calloway, obviously, because I just love dance so much and I wanted to continue to pursue it in school. And dance and the arts have honestly given me my independence, and because of them, I've been able to have the self-confidence to go to New York City by myself, take class. I've started doing professional auditions. I'm actually doing one next week, hopefully, if I can make my way there. And this is something that will be my future career, and I've never thought differently. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who's contributed to that.
Emerson Wright is a student at Woodbridge High School and will be attending Jacksonville State University in Jacksonville, Alabama, and has received the Distinguished Young Women of Delaware Class of 2026 Third Honoree Scholarship, as well as the Jacksonville State University Gamecock Achievement Merit-Based Scholarship. Wow, that's a lot of words. And will double major in theater performance and marketing. Yes. Emerson says, Mrs. Jones and Miss Workman instilled the love of performing arts in me from the age of 5 by allowing me to become part of the Woodbridge High School Theater Company in my very first musical, Shrek. They continued to encourage me throughout the years by providing opportunities for me to join older students on the stage. This continued from my kindergarten year until my senior year. They have had faith in me, even when I wasn't sure, by casting me in significant roles. These ladies have taught me so many skills for my future in theater, music, and life.
Yeah, you get to.
Could we please have one round of applause for our 10 students up here? This way, this way. With these 10 students, please join me on the stage. Yay! Indeed. Isabella Rose Inez Marks from Lake Forest High School will be entering the Delaware Army National Guard, where they will have opportunities in concert band and music education. Woohoo! Isabella says, I'd like to thank my music teacher, Jeffrey Thompson, for seeing my potential and helping me realize that as a teacher, I could share my love of music with others. Playing beside you in concerts will always be a treasured memory. A huge thank you goes out to my parents for always encouraging me and pushing me to be my very best. I love my saxophone. I have always had a strong connection with music, and to continue my passion with the Delaware Army National Guard Band is truly an honor. Jacqueline Nicole Jerome from Cab Calloway School of the Arts will be attending Towson University Honors College with a dance scholarship and merit scholarship to study dance performance, choreography, and exercise science. Jacqueline says, I feel incredibly fortunate to have had the opportunity to pursue an arts education in high school. My dance teachers have shaped me not only as a dancer, but as a person. Through their guidance, I have learned discipline, perseverance, and how to take criticism and turn it into motivation. Ooh. These are skills I will carry with me to college and into any future career path. Jasmine S. Green is a student at Dover High School and will be attending Delaware State University with a major in mass communication specializing in film production. Jasmine says, during my 13 years of education, I have always looked toward art. While going to school, I would spend my extra time drawing and writing stories. Mrs. Mays and Mrs. Akes have helped me believe in myself as well as take risks. I would like to thank related arts teachers for helping students think outside the box and encouraging students to push for success. Joseph Tosh Morelli from Newark Charter School is attending the University of Delaware Honors College, majoring in communications. Joey says, my band, choir, and media directors all helped give me the skills to express myself in new and exciting ways. I fell in love with singing and playing tuba and loved working with cameras enough that I wanted to study it in college. I've learned so many valuable lessons, not just about the arts, but also about life from my teachers, and I'll be forever grateful. Jordan Rihanna Lee Bryant is a student at Newark Charter High School and will be attending James Madison University with a Daniel H. Albright Dance Diversity Scholarship and probably some more, studying dance and social work as dual majors. Jordan says, my dance teachers, my studio moms, have helped my success with encouragement, the mindset to keep trying, never giving up, self-worth, and confidence building. I was able to apply these values that they helped to instill in me for the last 15 years to how I carried myself and pushed for what I wanted. These values helped me to become a member of my school dance team for 5 years and earning a captain position, becoming an AP honors student and joining multiple clubs. Being a part of the arts has made me a better person, student, and of course, dancer. I thank everyone for being a part of my journey, my family, friends I've made, other dance moms and teachers, especially Miss Viv and Mrs. Candace, my other moms I can come to about anything. Mrs. Donna and Miss Nichelle for your belief and support. Mrs. Sarah Beth, my first studio mom, and Mrs. Tracy. Thank you for running into my mom in the BJ's parking lot. Congratulations. Julia Lacrette is from Cape Henlopen High School and will be attending UC Davis, majoring in theater and dance with a Bachelor of Arts. And Julia says, throughout my entire life, theater and music has been the center of my world. It's been a long journey balancing between hardships and achievements, and every day I'm grateful for my artistic growth. I'd like to thank my directors for popping my bubble and helping me grow on the stage, allowing me to see my strengths shine. Thank you for always seeing the potential in me when I didn't, and always supporting me every step of the way. Julia Tenebruso is a student at Newark Charter School and will be attending the University of Delaware Honors College with a presidential scholarship from the University of Delaware to study music education. Julia says, I wanted to thank my music educators, Mrs. Klein and Mrs. DeLuca. They have always given me the confidence and guidance in my music education, and I definitely would not be here today if it wasn't for them. They are the two people who inspired me to do music education in the first place because of the joy that they bring to their jobs every single day. I also wanted to thank Mrs. Klein, a very cool person, mind you, for giving me the opportunity of conducting a piece at our spring concert this year. It was truly an amazing experience. Thank you. Juliana Schechter is a student at Odessa High School, attending Slippery Rock University with a $4,000 yearly talent scholarship and majoring with a BFA in musical theater. Yes. The amount of arts educators who have helped me could go on endlessly. However, the ones who have been most impactful to me, especially recently, are Amanda Chass, Rocky Tejada, Chloe Boggs, Val Beardsley, Michael Husney, and Carolyn Ritter. These people have pushed me to explore outside my comfort zone in my training, both vocally and physically, and challenged me to see things from another perspective and understand why, as artists, we do what we do. I have gained so much experience in every aspect of my training from these people and developed important skills such as collaboration, creativity, resourcefulness, and reliability. Thanks to these educators, I can take these skills that they teach and carry them with me into college and my career as a performer. Julie Pent is a student at Caesar Rodney High School and will be attending Delaware Technical Community College with a major in visual communications. Julie says, Mr. Sample, thank you for the impact you've had on my success both in school and preparing me for the future. You push me to be more creative, confident, and willing to take risks in my work, which helped me grow not just as a student, but as a person. Through your class, I've gained skills like critical thinking and attention to detail that I now know I'll carry with me beyond school. You've also given me a new perspective on how art can be a powerful way to express ideas and emotions. I am truly grateful for your guidance and support. One more round of applause for these incredible humans. This way, if you don't mind. May I have the second row on this side, please? Head on up this way. It's perfect.
Can we fit everybody? What scoots down a little bit more? There we go.
I make a better door window, though.
No, you're good.
Okay. Justin Fleetwood is a student at Newark Charter School. Justin, step into the light. There you go. Attending University of Delaware with the UD Distinguished Music Scholarship and will study music education. Justin would like to say Miss Klein has been without a doubt one of the best teachers I have ever had. She always supports her students and has given me so many great opportunities. I feel like I have grown so much as both a musician and a person because of Mrs. Klein. Kaylee McDowell, a student at Lake Forest High School, will be attending Five Towns College with a theater scholarship, a campus service scholarship, an honors program grant, and the Dr. George Alterman Memorial Scholarship. And will be going to study musical theater. Kaylee, would you please come to the microphone?
Hi, I didn't really practice what to say, but my name's Kaylee. I started performing in dance when I was 3. It's been my life. I don't really know who I am without it. It's something that I've always felt called to do. It's something that's just been on my heart for as long as I can remember, and I believe that when you're called to something, you need to do it. And I think that there's no greater gift that we could possibly have than to be able to share art with other people and make other people see things differently. And I'm really thankful to have that. I want to thank all of my educators growing up. They taught me that it was okay to make mistakes. And I think that if there's anything that theater or just any type of art can teach anybody, it's that it's okay to grow and make mistakes and learn from what you do wrong. And I want to thank the arts for doing that. And I want to thank everyone here for coming out and supporting what taught me that. So thank you.
Claire Casale is a student at Sussex Central High School and will be attending Pace University, New York City. Majoring in writing for theater and media major with a digital media studies minor. And Claire, would you please come to the microphone?
Hi, okay. I didn't have a big thing prepared for this either. But yeah, hi, I'm Claire. And I just wanted to come up here and say how important the arts are and how important the arts have been in my life personally. I started music when I was in elementary school and have continued it all the way up through high school and also theater in high school. And it's just... it has had a really big impact on my life. It has taught me, it's given me a level of strength, a level of courageousness, and a level of perseverance that I would have never had it not been going through those programs and experiencing all of the late night rehearsals, all of the concerts, all of the football game performances at halftime. And I also want to take a moment to thank my educators, Mr. Abels, my band director, and Mr. Work, my theater director. Our arts educators here are extremely important and paved the way for a lot of our students, and a lot of us would not be here today without them, and I want to really take the time to thank them.
Lillian Spinazzola is a student at Odessa High School and will be attending Delaware Technical Community College to study architectural design technology. Lillian says, my art teachers, Mrs. Schetzler and Mrs. Miller, have helped me find my love for art. Throughout my time in high school, I have had the amazing opportunity to experiment with multiple unique mediums and techniques that I will use throughout my career. I've also been awarded the opportunity to get peer feedback, review my projects, and collaborate with others. If not for the amazing teachers I've had and the programs I've been a part of during high school, I would not be as confident as I am pursuing an education in the arts. Luca Morsi is a student at MOT Charter High School and will be attending New York University to study film and television. Luca is very thankful for her theater teacher, Tracy Friswell Jacobs, for giving her a variety. Yes, that deserves applause too. for giving her a variety of new opportunities, such as co-directing shows at MOT and pursuing one of her passions, being theater, and her digital media teacher, Matthew Shackelford, for inspiring her and guiding her through the filmmaking process. Their endless support has pushed her to excel at her craft, and theater education and digital media education has led her to pursue arts advocacy. Altogether, her education in the arts has allowed her to work with many individuals from a variety of different backgrounds and learn more about her own identity, and has acted as a catalyst for expressing herself. Mia Rodriguez is a student at Alexis I. DuPont High School and will be attending Delaware Technical Community College to study communications. Mia says, my educators helped my successes both in school and for my future by teaching me to trust myself in my ability when performing and illustrating, encouraging me to explore my skill set in the arts and to try new and difficult things. The perspective I have gained in my art education is that beginning with struggles and using those obstacles to learn in the future is a vital lesson. Nadia Nayanor is from MOT Charter High School and will be attending the University of Delaware Honors College on the E.V. Quigley Music Scholarship to study music education with an instrumental concentration. And Nadia, would you please come to the microphone?
I also didn't prepare anything, but I do have a lot of people that I would like to thank. First, my music director, Daniel Schimpf, for bringing such immense joy and insight into his job every day. Tracy Frizzle-Jacobs, my theater director, for providing so many opportunities to work in theater and also exercise arts advocacy, and the Delaware Arts Alliance, who I've gotten to work with twice over the summer and also this year. Thank you so much for letting me speak on the arts and express my immense love. And I also wanted to share that I was sent a reel this morning on how good humans tend to be good artists, and I think that's so true. With the arts, I've gotten to meet so many good people, and I'm going to continue to meet so many good people, and I have become such a great person thanks to those people. Oh, and I also want to thank my dad, not just for paying for my music lessons and driving me everywhere, but even for arguing with me over pursuing a career in the arts, because it just showed me how much I love this and how much I need it. Thank you.
Natalie Marvel is a student at MOT Charter High School and will be attending Delaware Technical Community College to pursue visual communications. Natalie says, I have worked with a large majority of the arts teachers in one way or another throughout my high school experience. They have all pushed me to pursue the arts as my future, whether they were trying to do so or not. And for that, I appreciate a lot. Being involved with the arts has taught me to pursue my passions, which have been the arts for a long, long time, regardless of what the future might hold. Nathan Duffy is a student at Middletown High School and will be pursuing theater at the Conservatory of Arts at Stevens College. Neve Rumbly is a student at Dover High School and will be attending Full Sail University to study graphic design. And Neve, would you please come to the microphone?
Hi. Fun fact, I'm actually a quadruple arts student. I'm in the culinary department, which catered this event, by the way. Digital design, APR, and theater. So I kind of got all the categories going on here. But no, I would like to thank all of my art teachers over the years, new and old, some long gone, if you know, you know. And for all the opportunities around Delaware that have given me a chance, even if it means I'm now notorious in the court system. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Let's have one more round of applause for these humans. And may I have the second row on this side please join me on the stage. Thank you. This line is great. Yep. Fabulous. You want to slide just a little bit this way? Yes. Almost step into the light. You said it. You say it. You say it. Oliver Charles Simmons. Simmons. Sorry. Is a student at Newark Charter High School and will be attending Syracuse University on the Syracuse Orange Award Merit Scholarship, as well as the Syracuse University Access Award Merit Scholarship, and apparently something else, to earn a Bachelor of the Fine Arts in Acting. And Oliver, would you please come to the microphone?
I was notified last Friday that I also received the Lang Cares Foundation Scholarship for Future Leaders. So thankful to that, which is officially culminating in a total of $165,000 for my arts education in the future, which I am so thankful for. I want to say thank you to all of the theater directors, educators, and teachers that I've gotten to work with. I'm so grateful that this year I get to spend every single day in the arts wing because I have classes in the arts both days of the week. A days and B days, which has been really incredible. I want to thank Mrs. Klein, who's here today, and who I get to see every single day, and who has brought the theater program to our school in the first place and has been a pioneer in pushing for new theater opportunities with our students, such as our International Thespian Society chapter, which started this year, and I thankfully get to be president of, along with all of my fellow castmates, music students, and classmates, 5 of which are here today, who also have a future in the arts and who I get to do this with. I also want to thank my family who's here and my aunt, who I don't think has missed a single show of mine, along with my sister, my dad, and my mom, who are all filming on their phones right now. And I want to thank the arts and acting for teaching me that there is so much that you can say and there are so many ways to say it, and that if you find a way to tell a story, that's the way that you should do it. Thank you.
Philo Sullivan is a student at MOT Charter High School and will be attending Utah State University to study theater education. Phi says, the person I was freshman year is not the person that is standing on this stage today. Wave your hand. Yep. Through the endless guidance, belief, and kindness of Mrs. Friswell and Mr. Schimpf, and Shaq, you too. I have become a confident leader and a proud learner. Being in all walks of the arts through my high school career has helped me think outside the box, made me an amazing asset to teams, and helped me make lifelong friends. I know that I don't have just one path ahead of me anymore, and I am ready to frolic through the field of life and see where it takes me. Rebecca Weller is a student at Lake Forest High School and will be headed to Delaware Technical Community College to study visual communications. Rebecca says all... Sure. Okay.
Love that. Be brave.
Hold.
So I changed my mind. I didn't want to read this. I'm going to read my own thing. So I've been drawing since before I was even in school. I've been encouraged basically since birth to draw. That's what having an art teacher as a parent does to you. So I've had so many good influences on my life, whether that be in the performing arts with my choir and band days back when I did band in elementary, and just arts. I've been through so much. I do animation in my free time. I've experimented with clay. I've experimented with paper craft, digital art on paper. It's all very formative. It's all very experimentative. And I've been so inspired by everyone else who's come up today. I love the stop motion. I love the paper craft. I love what everyone's been doing. It's so beautiful. And I thank everyone here for showing up, for being supportive. I thank everyone who's been there to support me on my personal journey, and just thank you.
And if you haven't heard it, the arts also help you to be good at public speaking and bravery and improv. Riley Coma is a student at Cape Henlopen High School and will be attending the University of Delaware to study jazz and improvisation. Riley, please come to the microphone.
I apologize. This is going to be a bit scattered, simply because it's not really possible for me to put into words how much the arts really means to me, but I will try anyways. I wrote down a little something. First, I want to thank my parents who are here today for as we have established all of the driving around, all of the paying for music lessons, all of that. I recognize all of the. I don't know where you guys are actually. Hi. I know how much you guys sacrifice, especially. I know how much you guys sacrifice, and I'm deeply appreciative of that. I wasn't a music student until 3 years ago, and I only began acting last year. I spent a lot of my time feeling deeply insecure about my abilities, like I was just so far behind everyone else that I would never catch up, no matter how hard I tried, and I proved myself wrong. I keep working harder and harder because I can't settle for just all right, and because I love what I do. I want to say, if any of you students, you guys, literally like anybody in this room, if you are ever feeling stagnant, I just want to say keep pushing, because progress is right around the corner, even if it doesn't feel like it. I'm a burning example of that. My time in the arts has transformed me into a person with drive and purpose, and I can never expect my gratitude enough for that. And I love my saxophone too. And sorry, I think I forgot to say this. Thank you to my arts teachers who are not here today, but will always be with me in more ways than one. They have made me into the person I am today, and I'm just deeply grateful for that.
Samar Shaw is a student at Middletown High School. And will be attending Drexel University on a Pratt Institute $100,000 Presidential Merit Scholarship to study digital arts, and 2D animation. And Samar, would you please join me at the microphone?
I don't actually remember the last time I spoke on a stage. But besides that, first thing I gotta do, I gotta say thanks to my family. Without you guys, I would be absolutely nothing. You have built me from the ground up. I just have to say that I'm so thankful. Parents, cousins, siblings, aunties, uncles, you have done everything for me. And the same goes for educators. You guys have taught me so much. You guys have put confidence in me, put me on the map. Miss Hunter, I don't know where you are because this light is very bright and I cannot see right now, but in my sophomore year of high school, you saw something in me that you did not see in other people, and that inspired me to do even better, and right now I'm better. So I appreciate that. And beyond that, I should have said this first. My mother, right there in the gray, you beautiful woman who raised me right, why are you recording me? But now you have the wordy smart, because I wrote something down. Give me a moment. My future hasn't just been guided by my pen, but by the pens of my past and present educators. They help me understand and master the stories that I've chosen to tell in the ways that I tell them. By virtue of their willingness and, to me, duty to teach, I haven't just gained artistic and academic skills, but social, philosophical, and psychological maturity. They made me understand the love and hate that sits within what they call melanin and what we call the future, and that my decision to be different bears the power to change lives. Thank you, educators.
Sanaya Darby is a student at Cab Calloway School of the Arts and will be attending New York University. Sanaya has earned a NYU Tisch Program Scholarship and the Martin Luther King Jr. Scholars Program at NYU and will be double majoring in dance and psychology. Sanaya says, my educators have helped me with my successes both in school and for my future by teaching great work ethic and helping me grow with high caliber opportunities, as well as teaching me how to balance my time management while pursuing what I love, dance. My arts education experience has given me a great work ethic, knowledge, and discipline that you have to have grit and be able to pursue what you want. Savannah Wilson is a student at Smyrna High School and will be, hometown, and will be attending Delaware Technical Community College in Dover with a major in graphic design. Savannah says, Mrs. Dierkes played a big role in my success throughout my high school journey. Her encouragement and constructive feedback helped me to learn new skills and discover my artistic abilities. She created a creative environment that helped me explore new techniques. As I prepare to graduate this year to pursue an art major, I am grateful in the confidence she has instilled in me to follow my passion with art. Seth Elliott Hoare is a student at Brandywine High School and will be attending Delaware Technical Community College to study visual communications. Seth says, I want to thank all of my art teachers over the years who have encouraged me. Most recently, my art teacher, Mrs. Rossi at Brandywine High School, for showing me the skills needed to pursue a career in design. Without her, I wouldn't have learned many things I needed to continue my endeavors in the arts. Not only am I fortunate to have had great art teachers over the years, but also my dad, who works in the art field, has been the greatest influence on me in this area and is a source of constant support and encouragement for me. Stella Mulick is a student at Cab Calloway School of the Arts and will be attending the University of Delaware, received the UD Presidential Scholarship and the E.V. Quigley Music Scholarship, and will study music performance. And Stella, please join me at the mic.
Hi, I'm Stella. I wanted to start off by thanking my parents, who are right there, for encouraging me to be a musician and for paying for my lessons and driving me everywhere and all that, and for starting me off with music so young. I've always loved music so much, so I'm so grateful to be able to pursue it. I'd also like to thank, when I started playing, I started in 4th grade at my elementary school, like a lot of people do, and my elementary school band teacher is here, and so thank you. And then also, I'd like to thank my band director, Mr. Tharp, for giving me so many opportunities and for being such a great band teacher, and also for teaching me harmony, so I will be prepared for college. And also, I'd like to thank my private music teacher, who is not here, Adrienne Harding. She is the absolute best. She has made me who I am and supported me so much, and I just love her. So yeah, thank you to everybody who has supported me.
Thank you for speaking. Awesome.
Tess Harvey is a student at Brandywine High School and will be attending the Savannah College of Art and Design. Has achieved the Achievement Honors Scholarship as well as the Academic Honors Scholarship, both from the Savannah College of Art and Design, and will major in illustration. Tess says, "The arts education I have received at Brandywine has been enriching and instrumental in my growth as an artist. The materials available at my school, in combination with the knowledge and encouragement of my teacher, Mrs. Washington, have allowed me to explore and understand so many avenues of visual art that I would have never ventured down otherwise. I have consistently been pushed forward and given constructive insight when I was stuck, and her steady guidance through moments of difficulty is what has helped me flourish. I am now a much more skillful and well-rounded artist than I was upon entering high school, and I am incredibly grateful for the confidence in my capabilities Mrs. Washington has helped me build." Could we please have one more round of applause for these amazing humans? So before you're allowed to depart for the evening, there are a couple of important things to share. On a personal note, I left the classroom to come to the Department of Education to be the Education Associate for Visual and Performing Arts on July 6th of the year 2020. A few things happened that year, if you might recall. But one sentence will stick with me for the rest of my life from my predecessor, Deb Hansen, who many of you probably know, who was in this position that I have for 20 years. And she said to me, "Lauren, this will be the best job you ever have." And at the time, I said, "Deb, that's a really high bar because I already have the best job there possibly could be as a music educator." So it's moments like this and getting the opportunity to celebrate each and every one of you and watch you grow into the amazing human beings that you are that make this the best job there possibly could be. So thank you for helping me to see the potential in my own job. It is because of you and what you are doing to make this world a better place. And I cannot wait to watch all of this art that we've seen tonight explode everywhere. And I hope that at some point, and maybe forever, you come back to Delaware and spread your art even more here because you are incredible. And we are so thankful to each of you for the gifts that you have shared tonight and what you are going to do in your futures. So congratulations again to each of you.